Coachella Valley. Sunshine highs are in the upper 60s. I'm forecaster Jimmy O'Neill for Smart Talk 1490 KMET.
That's right. It's the morning show here on ABC News Radio KMET 1490 AM. It's a beautiful day today. A lot of things happening around the world. I'm sure you've seen some of the. There's some stuff I'm like, okay, there are some people that I can't make sense of. I actually went to Riverside, and I had some fun with Jess and a lot of people. We went to a place called Top Deck, and the place is really. Let me put it this way: I keep telling people, go have fun with your kid, have fun with your fam, have fun with people. Play cards, and then have fun along the way. I always say, and I have a little link on the thing. I gotta change it, by the way. I keep promoting it. I'm not sure people are clicking on it. It's called Magic the Gathering. Anyway, it's a fun game to play with your fam, especially if they're like teenage years. Other kids that are playing like Pokemon and others, which you could play at this place. But it's in Riverside, great place. Jess invited me a while ago, and then I said, hey, I have some time this week. And so we played on Saturday. And then I'm not going to lie, Jess, I played on Sunday at another place over in La Habra. And they had a bunch more stuff. And then hardly anybody showed up, to be honest. But I was like, okay, whatever. And then, so yeah. So I guess my point is this. Have fun. But I took Monday off. And I was like, okay. And then I was having fun on Monday, not going to lie. So I did some stuff and I got, like the week started, but I took the day off because I was like, yeah, I'm not really feeling good. And I was like, all right. And then Tuesday came along and I was like, should I do the show? And I was like, maybe not. And then I saw the news and I was like, are you kidding me? Jess, I know you're just finding out right now, but I found out Monday night, Tuesday morning, I think. And I was like, I just don't want to know. But here it is. We have so many people that are dying in, another part of the world because of a huge earthquake. And from what I understand, multiple earthquakes. We got Jess Sanchez over there. What's going on, Jess?
Yes, I feel completely bad because I was not aware of this, and I was kind of like in my own world, kind of like counting down the hours because I was waiting to get home to play a new video game. And then I come in, and he's like, "Did you hear about the incident?" I'm like, "What are you talking about?"
I don't talk like that, by the way.
I,
Go ahead, though.
so yeah, and he mentioned an earthquake. I'm like, "What? We had an earthquake?" I was like, "Okay, I guess I did feel it." And then I Googled earthquake and I was like, oh, I was not aware of this. So apparently there was a huge earthquake in the Turkey Syria area. And
Yeah.
usually when you say big earthquake, I don't usually get rattled for anything higher or less than a six.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was like a 7.4 or a little bit more. So, and then I just recently looked at some of the video footage today, and oh my God, the buildings there are literally falling. Like if they were just made of like sticks and sand or something. It's just like everything was just collapsing one after another. I was like, oh my God, I can't even imagine the people that are still inside.
Yeah, I don't even know what to show. There's so many photos here of things. It looks like, honestly, a couple of things. Like, remember World Trade Center when everything just kind of like, was ground zero? That's what it looks like, to be honest. But when you hear like an eight, and there are multiple, there's a lot of aftershocks there. So people of Syria and Turkey and all surrounding areas, they say, and I don't know how far it reached. I know there was a report that my mom was watching because she's been following this all the way to Egypt. So again, I'm still getting this as we, and just said, unless we have a show, I really don't know what's going on in the world. And I'm like, I'm so glad we can help, cause some awareness. My goodness. But yeah, so it's bad. People are being rescued as we speak. They have. It's bad. So I will say this. I know it's in another part of the world. I've already seen donations kind of pour out. I think humanitarily, a lot of people are going to, in essence, participate. I think even Russia may have a little bit on this. I think it's one of those where it's like, okay, what do we do? And I think at the end of the day, when everyone is like hurting, what else can you do, right? So that's the situation. Over the week, I know there was a lot of things about like, when Jess and I were together, we we were having fun, but I think we read like, oh, they were shooting things out of the air. Here, let me show this really quick. So this is the information here. Turkey. Some of you go, where's that at? Okay, you'll see it on the map there on the screen. If you're tuning in on the radio, you'll have to kind of follow us on social media, on Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, and you can also follow Jess as well. But there's Turkey. Okay, they renamed it recently, so it's kind of confusing. Turkiye, so Turkey or Turkey. I don't know. It's kind of, in my opinion, like just keep it Turkey, whatever. But you'll see there the first earthquake that was really big was rated at 7.8. Okay, that's bad. Anything like 8, we had an 8 here in LA. It was called the Ridgecrest earthquake in 2019. And that one was bad, okay? It was felt all the way from Ridgecrest, which is right Victorville, and then all the way to LA. I remember feeling it in Whittier. It was really bad. It was big, but then we had multiple aftershocks that same week, and it was like kind of like we kind of forgot about it, not gonna lie. I feel like that was a week of like people were like, what? But if you kind of remember it, you'll remember it shook a lot. Now this is a different type of earthquake. The second one, as you'll see there, hit as a 7.6. But the point is this: the area felt is far. Okay, all that area is far. Now, if you know the region, you go, okay, there's a lot of water, there's a lot of like sand, there's a lot of stuff, but Turkey is a very usually prosperous nation. But as of the last, like, I don't know how many years, they've been really hurting, okay? There have been people so poor that they leave their fam. I remember seeing this on YouTube. They leave their fam and they actually like try to recycle goods. And then the government are like, no, you have to do it our way. And so Turkey's really gone through a lot of stuff as of late. I think if anything, you know, the numbers are going to be very high. Okay, I know it's right now estimated about 11,000 as of right this minute, but the point is it'll probably get worse within like a few days because these buildings are 100% like gone. They're gone, and like you said, Jess, like when you look at some of the, and I know some of you have. I know I saw some reports. I follow, like I say, on Instagram a lot of things. I know on some people still do Snapchat. I don't know if it's there, but I know TikTok has a lot of videos of drones that have flown kind of high to kind of cause awareness of, you know, and it's also good for people that are like, I don't know if anyone's ever known anybody in search and rescue. I've known people in search and rescue, and they usually, you know, they volunteer for that. Some are not even paid. They're kind of like on reserve, and they actually help people from their heart. So that's the situation happening right now in Turkey. A lot of lives are being lost, so, and a lot of sad pictures are coming in from that region. And it's one of those things where you go, okay, you know, what happens next? And honestly, I think it's bad for them in so many ways because they, in essence, are going to be suffering for like weeks on end, and even months on end, I would say. We'll forget about it. We always do about things around the world, especially in LA when we have other things that kind of, you know, happen. But I guess my point in saying that is keep them in your thoughts, keep them in your prayers, keep them like in a way, like, you know, if you know anyone in the area, offer, you know, if you can, if there's a way, because this is a situation as people are trying to get people out of the rubble. It's bad, all right? It's bad, and it's not that they're not sick. It's not that they're not hurting. It's not that government's already kind of hurting, but other nations are gonna like say, hey, what can we do to help? Because it's bad. These homes and high rise just literally just collapsed. It was like they were like just, I don't even know how to say it. It's like, you know, those sinkholes that we had here in LA that where cars just went down and in. It's almost like that, and you just see them. They're standing, and then all of a sudden they start toppling over, and you're like, what happened? And then people are outside on the road. Those people are safe-ish, but they have to run like to more like where it doesn't kind of come in and over. So it's really bad. But that's the scene. That's the situation in Turkey right now, and it's going to be bad for honestly probably years because that area is just so destroyed, and there's whole strips just destroyed. And then other that I would think there's other buildings where a lot of people are going to be displaced or not even going to be able to go there anymore. And these are like high-rise, you know, places. Like if you have an apartment unit, like let's see, I'm counting the one in the picture. What is that? That's like 10, 12 stories high. That's a lot of people in one unit. You would think like, you know, if you have at least 3 people per, you know, unit, that's hundreds, you get where I'm going with that, and that's not just one building. There's a bunch of buildings. Just again, anything close to an 8-pointer, the way this like hit, and there's a lot of aftershocks. So all the aftershocks are making them crumble even more. I will say this. I'm glad here in LA we have good builders, we have good code people, we have good enforcers on that. Because even though they're frustrating, and trust me, they are. I have people that are like going, why do they do that? We're in earthquake central, okay? We know it can always hit. We always talk about it. San Andreas is always a thought. If it were to hit here, are we prepared? I always say, do you have like certain things ready to go? I have a radio that's solar powered. I have that ready to go. My mom kind of sometimes goes, okay, let's get a certain amount of stuff ready to go. Sometimes she has water on hand. It's not going to affect us here right now. But if it did, would we be prepared? I will say this. I think the majority of us would be prepared, but not with this type of devastation. This type of devastation is the only thing that happened like in San Francisco way when. If you look at pictures way when of San Francisco, it was the worst thing ever. They built later, so Turkey will rebuild, obviously, but it was so bad, it was it's just so much devastation there. Fires, outbreaks, so much. So in the weeks ahead in Turkey, I know the news will hit it for a first, maybe, I don't know how long, maybe, we'll see. Usually the run of news is so much time. Like you look at Ukraine, right? You see kind of reports on Ukraine. I'll be honest, if you look at certain news organizations, you'll see it, and then other times you go, okay, and then other people are just like, I already know. And I'm like, yeah, but they're still at war. They go, yeah, but what can we do? And I'm like, oh, all right, whatever. But keep these people in your thoughts, your prayers. Keep this, because this is really bad. This is really, really bad. And I'll tell you this, I got people that I never know where they're from, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to have somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody in either or around Turkey. People are missing. People are, and that's a thing. So it's bad. It's real bad. So there you go. What do you think, Jess?
Yeah, an earthquake of this magnitude is always going to be. There's always going to be thousands of deaths, no matter where it hits. I've yet to see something like this happen. Well, maybe, but the one good thing that I've seen out of this is the fact that everyone's coming together and helping as many people as they can. This story nearly broke my heart. Apparently, they pulled a newborn baby from the rubble.
Yeah, thank God.
With her umbilical cord still connected to the mom. The only one that survived.
Oh,
so
okay, yeah. See, and that kid is lucky. Not gonna lie, that kid is very fortunate right now. But again, there's gonna be so many people not fortunate. There's people stuck in the rubble. I know there was a report, and my mom shared it with me because she's been following, like I said, and the report was somebody was shouting from underneath and they couldn't find her. Please help me. You know what I mean? And that's probably, I'm not gonna lie, I used to live in a area where when we have Whittier earthquake, we had people above us, and I remember seeing in the Whittier earthquake where certain homes collapse in on each other. I'm like, okay, the people above us are going to be safe. We're not going to be safe because we were underneath them, right? We were the first level, they were the second level. And that's what happened here. So that's the situation. So if anything, remember them. And just remember, keep them in your thoughts and prayers, especially in the days ahead, because it's going to be bad. The hospitals are going to be suffering. They're still sick there. Coronavirus is still around. There's other deaths happening just from other viruses. And they are so inundated. You're going to see probably a telethon or two. You're going to see a lot of calls for donation. You're going to see a lot of, hey, can you donate? And I'll say this, if you can, great. I know a lot of people are suffering financially right now. I know Biden was kind of making an address. So there's a lot of stuff happening in the world right now. But just remember, again, try to maintain, I've seen people frustrated. Do a spa day. That's all I could say. Don't go at each other. Remember, there are bigger things in the world, and we're just trying to get through it. All right, so that's what I'm going to say. Okay, we got Bill Norby coming up next. Stay tuned for more right after this.
Hi, everyone. everyone. This is Bernadette, the host of One Life Radio, your number one source for alternative and holistic health since 2011. One Life Radio is designed to educate and inspire. Visit us at oneliferadio.com because you get one body, you get one mind, and you get one life. Get out there today and make the most of it. Tune in weekdays at 1 p.m. on 1490 KMET Smart Talk, ABC News Radio.
When you want the best performance for your vehicle, think only of Scott's Headers and Mufflers in Beaumont, right off the I-10 and 60 freeways. Check out Scott's complete list of performance products on their website at hdrinfo.com. Scott's Headers and Mufflers can recommend ways for your car or truck to get better gas mileage and cut down on emissions. Need your car or truck to pass smog only? Go to Scott's Headers and Mufflers in Beaumont. Find out all of your questions on vehicle performance by logging on to hdrinfo.com. Scott's Headers and Mufflers in Beaumont, hdrinfo.com. When you want the best performance for your vehicle, think only of Scott's Headers and Mufflers in Beaumont, right off the I-10.
New teen driver in the family? Just bought your first home? Have a new bundle of joy? Every life change matters, and by reviewing your insurance policy with Little & Sons Insurance Services, you could be benefiting with big savings. Little & Sons Insurance Services, a family-owned insurance agency who values the old-fashioned way of doing business. They work for you, not an insurance company, meaning your best interests are at heart. They can custom tailor your policy based on specific needs at a price you can afford. Home, auto, or business, you're covered. Call 1-844-9-LITTLE. That's 1-844-9-LITTLE, or go online to little, the letter N, sons.com. That's littlendsons.com.
After the game, after school, after work, Applebee's is where you want to be to enjoy their bold, savory grilled steaks, salmon, or chicken. Applebee's is located where Beaumont meets Banning, just off 6th Street near Highland Springs Avenue. Applebee's started with the same philosophy they follow today. Focus on serving good food to good people in a neighborhood-style setting. Applebee's also offers car side to go when you order online. Applebee's in Beaumont, serving the Pass area. So fresh, so fast, make it Applebee's tonight.
Mattress Brothers Overstock Mattress Sale. Just $3.99 for a foam-encased queen pillow top set. $3.99. Check out Mattress Brothers $3.99 Overstock Sale. Mattress Brothers at 120 West Redlands Boulevard in Redlands. The $3.99 Overstock Sale is on now. $3.99 for a foam-encased queen pillow top set. Mattress Brothers also has locations in Hemet, Riverside, and Palm Desert. The $3.99 queen pillow top sale on now.
That's right. It's the morning show here on ABC News Radio, KMET 1490 AM. I'm not going to, look, here's the thing, man. I don't know when this is going to go bye-bye, but this looks delicious. If anyone wants a treat, I will say yes. The $6 Smoocho Mucho Sips. We got Bill Norby over there. Bill, what's going on?
Good morning, KMET listeners. Yes, well, we have the Smoocho Muchos for about a week and a half longer, right through Valentine's Day. That's what the drinks are in honor of. But we also have just 4 more days of all-you-can-eat. Saturday is the last day you can get all-you-can-eat for $14.99. And that's riblets, double crunch shrimp, or boneless wings. You can start with one and move on to the next and mix and match.
I'm not going to lie, man. I got to head up the 15 freeway, visit a friend, and help him out with a video that we're kind of putting together. But I'm kind of like, if he wants to go, like, I'm thinking maybe he's going to be Applebee's because I'm thinking, like, I mean, it's a win-win situation, right?
Absolutely. Come on down to Applebee's, and you will definitely get a good meal and great service.
Yeah, I know you got other things as well, and we always talk about this all-you-can-eat, but for people that want a little more, let's say, like, they're in, like, I'm not gonna, like, sometimes I'm thinking, like, okay, and I love all-you-can-eat because it's, like, just keep it coming, but let's say, like, for a meal... okay, I'll be honest, all right? I'm kind of, like, looking down, and I'm looking at my belly, and I'm like, okay, I think I need to lose a little weight, but I don't want to be, like, you know, not full at the end. Does that make sense? So I'm like, what can I eat that will, like, I need protein, I know that much, and I need, like, less carb. What would you recommend?
Absolutely. So that would be one of our salads, and, you know, a chicken salad, because you get your protein with the chicken.
That sounds good.
The strawberry balsamic chicken salad, you got that. You got the grilled chicken Caesar salad, or the Oriental chicken salad, which you can have grilled or fried. and they're all pretty good for you. The fried chicken not as good, and that does run up the calories a little bit. But 3 salads here that are under 1,000 calories, under 800 calories actually.
Yeah. Okay, so that's good actually, because I should keep it down to like under 1,000. I think 12 or 1,300 is good for me. But yeah, I've been kind of pulling in a lot lately, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of like I think I need to get it down. But I will say this, I'm hoping, if anything, people feel better, and let's say like because I know it's kind of cool in the area, right? I know you got some things that kind of like nice and warm and toasty. Is there anything that you recommend for people to have, like, when it's cold?
Absolutely. Well, we have soups, and we pour a great hot cup of coffee. But soups, we have a French onion soup, we have a tomato basil soup, and we have chicken tortilla soup. Those 3 soups sell a lot more. And I'll tell you, hot chocolate. Actually, we sell a lot of hot chocolate right now.
Oh, God, that sounds good.
And it's pretty good. And if you're not a coffee drinker, hot chocolate on a cold day is a pretty good treat.
Okay, I know Jess is like looking at the, and Jess, I know you've gone a couple times, and I know, like, we went somewhere, we didn't get to go to Applebee's, we weren't in the area, we were in Riverside, but we weren't in the area of you're off the 10 freeway. How do we get there?
We're at 1585 East 6th Street, the Highland Springs exit of the 10 freeway, where Beaumont and Banning come together.
Yeah, and it was late. It was Saturday, so I'm like, I don't think Bill's going to be there anyway. But I will say this. Go ahead, Jess. What are you thinking?
No, I just want to go so I can order a smoocho mucho because I like saying it.
Yeah, absolutely. You do only have about, I'd say, let's see, the week from Sunday, so about 11 more days of the smoocho muchos. And that's one is made on the rocks with Tito's, and the other one's a frozen drink, and it's a date night daiquiri made with Bacardi, and they're both delicious.
Yeah, I'm ready to go with that. Drinker Swan, I know we gotta let you go. I know you gotta get to work real quick, Bill. But before we do, now I know people go and they say, okay, I love Applebee's. I love what they got. I love and everybody has a favorite. Sometimes it's like, kind of they stick to the same thing. Is there anything that would be like, have you ever tried something that's out of your comfort zone? You're like, you know what? I want that.
Well, on this menu, I've had everything. So,
okay.
But I've been working at this restaurant for 11 years, and so I've tried everything. And I would say, honestly, I kind of go with the comfort foods, and so if I'm trying, once in a while I'll try to feel good about myself and have a salad, and so that actually helps out, and that's a little different for me.
Okay, I know usually whenever I go, I like buffalo wings. I always say this. I love the unlimited stuff. I really do. I know there's some beers there that I really do like. That I'm like, okay, whenever I meet up, and I do got to meet up with a friend on something. I keep saying this, but he's been so busy with like, his fam and other stuff. So I'm like, oh, okay. So kind of let that go. But I really got to meet with him because I got to sell some books here. But here's my question. Okay, so let's say I want to do something really fun. I want to take a couple people and I want to treat them, or I want to have them treat me. What do I order that will not break the bank?
Gotcha. Well, don't forget our 2-for menu, and that's on the back page of the menu, and that goes anywhere from 2 for $25 all the way up to 2 for $35, and that is our best value right there. And it's such a great value that I can't even give the 10% discount that all the KMET listeners get, because it's already just such a value. And you get an appetizer and 2 entrees, and there's some steaks on there, so it's a very full meal.
That's the protein I'm talking about. That's what I need. I need some steak.
Yeah, just to let you know, the next promotion, and I'll be talking about this next week, will be a week from Monday. We will start a new promotion, and that is where you will, any steak that you order, you can get 12 fried shrimp for $1. And that's a deal that can't be beat for this. Yeah, so You order any steak on our menu, and that you get 12 shrimp for $1, and that starts a week from Monday.
I love steak and shrimp. I'm not going to lie. All right, I'm happy for that. I'm happy. Thank you for spending time with us. It's always a good day at Applebee's, and I know we'll see you around the corner probably sometime next week.
All right, and don't forget the Super Bowl this Sunday.
That's right. I forgot, actually. Oh, my God. Oh, wait. Before we let you go, Super Bowl, who you root for?
You know, it's a tough one. I'm going to have to go with Kansas City. Just my personal favorite. Patrick Mahomes. I'm gonna root for him. But honestly, just looking for a good game, and we will have every TV in the restaurant on that. It's a traditionally slower day. Not a whole lot of people want to come to a restaurant during the Super Bowl, but we do a lot of to-go. We do a lot of to-go and a lot of delivery through the third-party apps.
That makes sense. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, and it's good for, like, especially if you have, like, a fam over, or you just want to get something fast, or let's say you're single and you just want to meet other people, go to Applebee's. You never know who's going to be in the bar area,
Yeah, you never know, because even though it's a slower Sunday, there is still a group of people that come on in, and there's always going to be some folks that want to watch it in a restaurant, and they come on down to Applebee's, and we will have every TV on there, and the sound will be up, and you can just enjoy the game, and all the commercials too.
All right, there you go. So Applebee's is where it's at. You can have some fun. You can get some mucho while you still can. I know we're not going to be able to talk about this in a while because it's already pretty much bye-bye. But there it is. Get it while you can. $6 Mucho Sips. It's really amazing. You can get the Tipsy Cupid or the Date Night Daiquiri with Bacardi. Just drink responsibly. All right. We'll see you next week, Bills. Thank you for making it a great day on Applebee's.
All right. See you down at Applebee's.
All right. We'll be back with more right after this.
Take KMET 1490 AM with you everywhere you go by downloading our free smartphone apps found on the KMET website, KMET1490am.com. You can also go to the Google Play Store or the Apple App Store on your phone to download the free app. Now you can listen live or play any of your favorite programmers' podcasts using your smartphone. Go to KMET1490am.com and download your free phone app today.
Your Pharmacy and Mobility Solutions is now Beaumont Pharmacy with a new location at the Sundance Corporate Center. That's at the corner of Highland Springs and 8th in Suite 110. Of course, they still have Pack Your Meds. No more counting out the pills, dropping them on the floor. Oh, what a mess. And they have a full selection of pharmaceutical CBD. Wheelchairs, over-the-counter meds, you name it, they've got it. So if you're looking for the best and you want the best pharmacy, you go to Beaumont Pharmacy at their new location, 835 North Highland Springs, Beaumont Avenue in Beaumont, California, Suite 110. Give them a call, 951-845-8252.
Are you paying rent because you think you cannot afford to live in your dream home? Are you renting because you don't believe that you have the down payment funds to purchase your own home? The Siegel Lending Team at ronismylender.com has up to $25,000 to help qualified people purchase their own home at amazing interest rates. Contact the Siegel Lending Team today at ronismylender.com. Again, ronismylender.com, license under NMLS 217037. ronismylender.com.
We're in the studio with Fred Penny, managing attorney with Penny & Associates Injury Lawyers. Fred, tell us what makes you the #1 choice for handling personal injury cases.
Most of our firm is made up of former insurance company trial lawyers with extensive experience handling all types of personal injury matters. We believe that gives us a distinct advantage.
That's Penny & Associates Injury Lawyers with locations throughout California. For a free consultation, go to pennyandassociates.com or call 1-800-616-4LAW. That's 1-800-616-4LAW.
Jitters Coffee, a coffee shop that gives a double shot of quality. We offer top shelf coffee at a great price. Brewed hot or cold, you won't find a better cup of joe. Not a coffee connoisseur? Then try our Red Bull infusions to energize your day. We also have delicious pastries and sweets baked in-house or flown in from the best bakeries in the country. Jitters Coffee. Come on in and enjoy your jitters.
Check out our newest location located in downtown Benning at the corner of Ramsey and San Gorgonio.
Hello, listeners. This is Christopher from The Christopher Show. Hey, if you missed one of our shows here at KMET, don't worry about it. You can go to our webpage, and that's KMET1490am.com. Go to the homepage, click on the SoundCloud tab, and hear any show anytime you want.
Welcome back. Yes, it is the morning show here on ABC News Radio, KMET 1490 AM. Usually, we go to Jess for some weird stories, right? I'm sure he's got a few. He's always looking them up. But I got a couple on my own, and I saw this over, like, the last couple of days. I said, are people making sense out there, or are they kind of dumb? I go, are you in the dumb crowd right now, okay? And I'll say this. The first one you're going to say, oh, that's not dumb, that's smart. And I say, well, that depends who you are, okay? So, and then the second one, I don't know if maybe we'll have time to share. I think we will. I go, are you really dumb? Okay, so here's the first one. You ready for it, Jess?
Yes, you're worrying me, but yeah, go right ahead.
All right, here we go. Okay, I don't know which one to share first. Okay, I'll go to probably, well, I'll go to this one, okay? Because I don't know if it's going to get, like, all the way. Here it is. Here's the headline. LA Council approves. Did you see this? LA Council approves ordinance requiring landlords to pay relocation assistance following rent increase. So if they increase your rent, they have to pay for you to relocate. Does that make sense?
So if they raise my rent and I can't afford it, they're going to pay me to move somewhere else?
They should, according to this. You're like, sign me up.
Interesting.
But how does that make sense, right? Okay, so I'm gonna read it, okay? And I think they're gonna fight it because I look. And I'll give you an example. I would be all down for this. Not gonna lie, okay? Because they raised the rent for us, as well. And I was like, are you kidding me? And they raised it a full 10%, which when you're paying what you're paying, a 10% is huge, especially when you're like, dude, I could barely pay, right? So here it is. City Council adopted ordinance this last Tuesday requiring landlords to pay relocation assistance to tenants in LA who move out following certain rent increases. The ordinance, which the council preliminary approved last week, is the final part of a package of tenant protections the council sought to implement after it voted to end the local state of emergency due to COVID-19 at the end of January. That's what they voted. They said, forget it. Now we can kick people out, right? Well, it came with something in a way where people are like, wait, what? So I don't know if people know this, but I would say if you can, take advantage of it if it is a thing, all right? I'd be like, you're going to pay for me to move. And I would almost use that as a negotiating bargaining. Because who wants to really move all your stuff out and relocate to your new place? So in essence, somebody, like a job, yes, they relocate you to go move where they want you to be. But if you're going to raise the rent, I'm almost wondering if people are going to be like, or they're just going to say, yeah, I'm going to pay for you to move. I'm going to be like, fine, I move like super far, and now you got to pay me thousands in order to relocate, because that's how much it costs to like move all my stuff through a moving van. You know what I mean? I'd be like, So here it is. I don't know if they have a cap. It says the ordinance contains an urgency clause, but will not move forward immediately. Yeah, there it is. It's always a little fine line. Because two council members, John Lee and Tracy Park, dissented in the 10-2 vote. But everybody basically said, yeah. And I say this is going to hurt people, okay? Landlords in this area are going to say, oh, shoot, okay? Because, I think they're dumb for having raised the rent during coronavirus. We're still not done. We're not over. I saw something that said there's going to be more restrictions when it comes to businesses and restaurants coming back. I don't know what that's about. So I'm like, okay, you're doing it at the worst time. Wait till it's, gone 100%. We're still waiting to see if we're going to get, like, a vaccine coming up. And then there's problems with that. Some people are like, I don't want to get a vaccine. So I'm like, okay, we're going to have so many people sick at the end of the year. There's going to be a problem with that. But this is a situation where I'm like, okay, I don't think you understand. You shouldn't have raised the rent. That's number one. And then if you do raise the rent, somebody says I can't afford it. Now I will say this: they raise the rent on like me and my mom. Okay, everyone knows to take care of my mom. Everyone knows we do what we do to be safe, right? But there have been other people that just move out. They just go bye right? So I wonder if they can based on this, I don't know what area actually Okay, I'll read the rest. It says Councilwoman Nitya Raman, who is among the council members pushing for protections, says this is the last of 6 votes that we've taken on a package of renter protections that I think will be transformative for LA moving forward. I guarantee you right now, landlords are going to hate this council. They mean, why did we let you do this? It says the LA County Board of Supervisors extended through March their tenant protections against eviction for those impacted by COVID, which would cover city residents. I get that. And I know a lot of places, including apartments and multi-dwelling units, have taken advantage of the program that government provided. A lot of people don't know this, but that's why they can like fix up your place or fix it up. And I'll say this, even in the area where my mom's at, they have fixed other like units, and they got paid a lot, whether the person applied for it or not, because they just apply for it because they can. They don't need the renter's permission. They say, look, I lost money during this time. This is how much I lost. And then they reimburse. Okay, now I will say this, okay? They actually got probably close to, because the numbers are off, anywhere from like more than what they should have gotten. Does that make sense? There's going to be a lot of those probably in the months ahead of government saying, yeah, but you only charge this. How did you get this amount from us? You know what I mean? Because now the nation's hurting because you got things like Turkey and other things that they're going to say, okay, we need to put money there. I even saw a report right here which said the IRS is like, they're so like, don't file yet because we don't know what's going on. And I'm like, are you guys kidding? Like, everybody's in a mass confusion state. I'm like, can you guys get your head back on? Because it doesn't make sense. Now, so, yeah, it's weird. But it's odd for somebody to actually pay. Now, I will say this, Jess. If they raise the rent there where you're at, right, and you can barely pay it, right? I know you're, getting, a lot of things pretty soon, and you're like, okay, let me read this. It says, a bedroom apartment in LA, and this is for you guys around, whoever's listening, in LA is anywhere from, on average, for a 2-bedroom, okay? I would say this is more for a 1-bedroom, to be honest. $1,700 to $2,000, all right? I would say it's a 1-bedroom. I think their numbers are off. It says here that's for a 2-bedroom, but I say, no, it's a little higher than that. The new ordinance would provide relocation assistance for tenants of units that are not covered by the city's rent stabilization ordinance or state law. Okay, so that's basically anyone in LA. Meaning it would cover an additional 84,000 rental units in LA that were built after 2008. Okay. So that doesn't cover us. So we wouldn't be able to take advantage of that. Okay, so it's one of these new builds that I think in a way got assistance from LA. And they're like, you shouldn't be doing this right now because we helped you. It's kind of like that government thing that I'm talking about. It says the council voted for ordinances that require universal just cause for evictions and allow tenants behind on rent to stay in the apartments for a month. That makes sense. Unless they owe more than 1 month's worth of fair market rent. Okay, that makes sense. Now, there was something in 2020 that enacted. That's the moratorium. That was extended again. Newsom said he was going to extend it again. He didn't. But government said, look, we can give you relief if you apply for it. You just have to say, and then they look at your account and they see this, that, and the other. And a lot of people that I know that are still where they're at got that taken care of. It's called rental assistance, okay? So they got that taken care of to help them out, because of coronavirus. Coronavirus hurt a lot of people financially. So in a way, a lot have taken advantage of that. So the question is what happens next? I think, if anything, some are going to take advantage of this. I was going to say, oh, that applies to me, and they're not going to look up that, and then the people are going to get mad and upset. And I don't know about you, Jess, but if you know a landlord, I don't know if you know any. I remember when I was in the desert, I remember talking to the landlord, and I said, well, I get this, because he hated the moratorium. He's like, what? They should pay. And I said, yeah, I get it. You got fees too as well. So there's a lot of landlords that have their own, but they haven't paid down because they're like, I'll take, what I can. So the point is this. Everybody's going to be upset because now they got to pay more for having raised the rent. So my question is this. Are they going to raise the rent still knowing this, if it's approved all the way, and then pay for relocation? Because relocation can be more than what you would get. And because you raise the rent, you're probably not going to get everybody filled in that location that you thought you were, because now you're going to have a problem financially, right? So even people that are like on their, like they've been able to pay, this is not the time to raise the rent. Now I know a lot of businesses have done that, but if you go down the street, a lot of businesses are closing shop. So there you go. So that's what I was thinking to it. Now, the next story is one that I go, huh? Now, I saw this. I said, this can't be a thing. This doesn't make sense. And so I'm going to call this out, okay? There are people doing things that don't make sense, all right? I saw some billboards that were so ridiculously dumb. like on the way to see you, Jess, over in the area of like, San Bernardino Riverside. And I was like, and they put on there, if anybody helps out in tearing down this billboard, we're going to sue you due to Pomona. Oh, yeah, well, I was going through Pomona, and I was like, all right. And they had on several mean billboards. I'm like, all right, so what? But there was like no call to action. I'm like, how do you know? Like, you should say, hey, call me because this is unfair. Or it was like a passive aggressive way of saying, hey, by the way, we don't want to lose, this, whatever it was. I don't know if it's an ordinance or they want to tear it down or put something else there. But here's another thing not making sense to me, and here it is. AMC theaters are changing their pricing at, I would say, probably the worst time ever. Now, if they go down, I say yay. Okay, I say yay. Jess, I don't know when's the last time you've been to a theater, but let's say you sit in the front. Have you ever been to like the Amundsen or like a big theater where you're like, oh my God, you got to pay like for what they call tier seating, where you have, or even the Hollywood Bowl. Anyone's been in the Hollywood Bowl? I've been in the Hollywood Bowl once or twice. You sit in the far back, you get the cheapest seats. You sit in the far front, or shoot, let's go to Dodger Stadium or any like stadium, right? To sit close, you got to pay, some would say up the wazoo. So I'm like, shoot, sit far back, right? So are you ready for that, Jess, over at your local AMC theater?
I don't go to an AMC theater too often. Wait, so they're raising ticket prices?
Okay, so here it is. 3 pricing tiers are going to be offered at about 1,000 movie theaters, but I guarantee these places are going to go belly up, okay? I've already seen a couple go belly up. ArcLight, Pasadena, hello, I'm talking about you. Went belly up. Stupid. Paseo. I mean, you have like some great restaurants in the area. Islands closed down. Everybody closed down. Yard House is still there, I think. Tokyo Wacko, they have limited hours after 5. I'm like, I wanted to go for lunch. I wanted to take my mom. I wanted to go to a movie. Couldn't. Cold Stone's closed. Everything's closed. If you know Pasadena, you're like, this used to be a bustling city. What's going on, right? So people are not thinking straight. That's what I'll say. So here it is. 3 pricing tiers will be offered, okay? The highest and preferred tier are in the middle of the theaters and will be priced at a slight premium compared to the standard tier, which the theater chains say will remain the most common choice and will be sold for the traditional cost of a ticket. The third tier is called value, which are seats in the front row of theaters and will cost less than the standard tier. Oh, that's good. At least they got it make sense. So yeah, if you sit like that, Jess, you could pay less.
Yeah, but my eyes and neck will not enjoy me. Okay, so it's pretty much if you want to sit in the good seats in the middle or whatever, it's going to cost an extra $2. That, well, AMC's going out of business.
I guarantee. Because I was okay. What did I see recently? I saw something. I was going to go see Titanic. I'm not going to lie, but I'm not going to pay top tier pricing for like a seat, right? I'm like, you get the seat. We've been doing that for years. Who changed this? Who's the person there that's... Oh, here it is. Okay. Chief Marketing Officer. Oh, God, you're dumb, Elliot. I'm going to call you out, Elliot. He says this. Elliot says this. Sightline at AMC more closely aligns AMC's seat pricing approach to that of many other entertainment venues. That's him saying, no, it happens. That's called Broadway, you dummy. That's called live theater, okay? That's called orchestra seating. And I get it. People are like, should we be paying like the same? I don't know. Whoever thought of that at Broadway, it's a thing. It's kind of understood, right? That's why you're like, ooh, I got orchestra seats. You get to sit up close and personal. The mezzanine, it kind of goes back to the days, like way in the early 1900s, where it was like if you didn't have money, you could, like, for a few bucks sit in the way far, they call it nosebleed section, right? Kind of like the games of, Dodger. But for movie theaters, this is the dumbest thing. I go to Regal or go to somewhere else. If they adopt this, man, Jess, I say forget it. Buy a headset, use your Oculus or your Vive Cosmos, and just rent it. You know what I mean? Or stream it or something. This is stupid. So it says this. This is what he says. This is what Elliot says. Offer experience-based pricing, another way for moviegoers to find value at the movies. I don't find value at the movies if I have to pay for this. Now, here's the good news. Okay, here's the good news. EMC said a CD map will show the adjusted prices and Sightline. That's called Byline. Goodbye. I used to love AMC. Okay, I have an AMC near me. They have reclined seating. This is going to be so dumb. They're going to hurt so much. It says it will only be used on showings after 4 o'clock. Okay. You're stupid. You know why? The majority of people. Now, I get it. Maybe for like a weekend. Okay, like a big. Let's see. What's the last big one that you saw that you're like, there were so many people there, Jess?
I don't see movies often, so it would have to either be a Marvel movie. But I heard that the Avatar movie was packed. So
Okay, yeah, maybe for the first week and a half, maybe, right? I went, it wasn't packed, and I saw it, and I, almost fell asleep, but I was kind of like comfortable in the seat, right? But they're like, "Where do you want to sit?" I'm like, "Oh, okay," and I paid like $11 because I went like early day, right? And I'm like, $11, that's better than what it used to be. It used to be like 15, 16, 17, $18. If you see in 3D, it's a little more. I get that for 3D. I get that, okay? You get the little glasses, you pay for it, and that's kind of understood. But if I want to go see a movie and I want to take the kids, okay, and they are like, and they want to sit, some people like to sit way in the far back. Some people, like me, like to sit in the middle, and other people, they don't mind sitting in the front if there's like no room, right? So I get that. But it's all over the place. It says here, Sightline provides customers with an incentive. Wait, hold on. Here it is. Live theater, such as Broadway, has long been using a similar method of pricing for seats. This guy's dumb, I guarantee it. Although front row there can fetch top price. The seat is backwards, because that's called orchestra seating. Movie theaters outside the U.S. have similar location pricing standards that remain uncommon for American movie theaters. Movie theaters outside the U.S. have similar location pricing standards that remain uncommon for American movie theaters. I don't know what that means. I've never seen that or heard that. Yeah, they even misspelled this. No wonder. It says Sightline now. It's supposed to be Sightline. Provides customers with an incentive to sign up for AMC's Movie Pass like subscription. So now you have to sign up for the Movie Pass thing in order to get... Wait, called Stubbs A List, because members of the monthly program can access the preferred seat at no extra... Oh, it's a push to get that. Oh, God, you guys are dumb. It's so confusing, Jess. Okay. This is the stupidest thing since sliced bread. I will say this. If you are and we talk to so many film people out there, film people are going to be like, huh? Like, it's hard enough to get people to the theater, okay? There are some movies that are, like, not worth watching at the theater. And there's some movies you're like, oh, okay. I'm not going to lie. I was thinking of watching, like, Titanic recently. What did I see recently? I saw something. Oh, wait, it was a movie. It was good, really. I went to the Regal Cinema, and I went all of a sudden, and I was like, oh, okay, that's good. Jess, do you know that movie you want to see with M. Night Shyamalan?
Oh, yeah, Did you watch that? Was it any good?
I will say this. It's worth watching. It's short, though. It's quick. It's fast. But it's all right. Okay, now, would I pay top-tier pricing for it? No. Would I be like, you know what, just give me the normal price? Yes. I paid $11 for that. I didn't pay for a drink. I actually took soda and I've seen this. I've seen people do this. They're taking bags full because they're like, I cannot afford. I see couples doing this. I see young couples. I see couples with babies. I see couples with like a few, and they're like, I'm putting so they're like, okay, whatever. And you go in, you have your little snacks, right? But go ahead, Jess. What are you thinking?
No, they should make like a fake baby water bottle. So it's like you carry it around here, but it's actually just filled with whatever liquid you want to drink from, and there's a little straw on the top of the head. So be like, oh yeah, it's my little baby.
You sold that guy. Okay, so my point is this. Look, anything you can do to save money, do it, because they're going to charge you an arm and a leg eventually. It's stupid. I hope they disband this. I hope they actually fire the guy, because AMC, you're going to hurt so much. There's going to be other movie theaters. I hope they're smart and say, that's the dumbest thing ever. Or they're going to follow it and go, hey, let's keep people away from the movies. Now they're going to rent it. Now they're going to be like, because you got to understand, people already go to the theater, for a date, right? You want to impress a girl. I get that. They'll pay top price, whatever. The new generation will be like, okay, sure, why not? We didn't know it was a thing. But the majority of us, like over a certain age, are like, are you kidding me? I just say don't do it. Just don't. You already have like the left-right line. I get that, Premiere. I get that. I keep forgetting my code. I know I had it. I think you have to pay to get that subscription thing. It's like, only so much per year. It saves in the end, they say, depending on how many times you go. But I just say no, don't do it. Don't do it. So that's my story. I'm sticking to it. All right, people, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be back with more right after this. Yikes.
Here's to your health with Joshua Lane. Ideas you can use to be healthy and stay healthy. The current thinking about beauty, fitness, and longevity. Every Tuesday and Wednesday morning at 9 a.m. Wellness talk you can use. Here's to your health with Joshua Lane on KMET, naturally.
For all you truck and RV enthusiasts, TruckWorks right here in Banning is your one-stop shop for the best diesel performance and overall truck and RV needs. Whether you're towing, racing, off-road, or just cruising around town, TruckWorks specializes in truck and RV service, maintenance, repair, and performance upgrades for every light and medium-duty truck manufacturer. Bring it down to Terry and the guys at TruckWorks. Call 951-922-4776 or visit their website at mydieseldown.com today.
Join West Coast Business Review with Daryl McCants each Wednesday afternoon at 4 o'clock p.m. Daryl focuses on successful businesses from California's southern border to Canada, including the great border states of Arizona and Nevada. Every week, Daryl provides in-depth discussions and interviews with prominent leaders and innovators that make all of our lives better and more productive. West Coast Business Review with Daryl McCants, Wednesdays at 4 o'clock p.m. right here on Smart Talk Radio.
The Holiday Inn Express in Suites and Banning is distinctively suited for your travel time out of the car. Off the road, you'll find a courteous, welcoming staff and spacious rooms with desks, flat-screen HD TVs, and comfortable furnishings. Enjoy the complimentary breakfast buffet, high-speed internet, and fitness center and pool. The Holiday Inn Express in Suites and Banning, conveniently located off the I-10 near golf, gaming, and entertainment. For reservations and information, call 951-572-5500. That's 951-572-5500, or go online at hiebanning.com.
That's right. It's the morning show here on ABC News Radio, KMET 1490 AM. We appreciate each and every one of you. Don't forget, download the app. It's free. KMET 1490 AM is available on any device, to be honest. And if you have Alexa, make sure to say, hey, yo, Alexa, I want to listen to KMET 1490 AM. You can do it all day long, all week long, because we've got a lot of great programming other than just us. We got Jess over there. What's going on, Jess?
Oh, yeah. So we only got about 2 minutes left, but I will tell you this. With people arguing, let's see if AMC switches this around, kind of like what Netflix did on accident a few weeks back. Did you hear about that?
I heard about the password thing. That kind of reared its ugly head, didn't it?
So yeah, so they updated their guidelines to, you know what, you can no longer share your password, and like it has to log into like the home Wi-Fi network and all this stuff. Within 24 hours, they're like, oh, my bad, we forgot to put it was only for these specific countries. But by that time, damage is already done. People have already canceled their Netflix accounts. So you got to be careful with this. And hopefully Netflix learned their lesson not to mess with people's password sharings.
Yeah, you know, I'm glad you said that, Jess, because I had, and I know we got to go real quick, but back to what you're saying. People are doing some dumb things out there, and they're getting people upset. Don't do dumb, okay? Just like this whole, like, now you have to pay for people if they got to move when you raise the rent. Don't raise the rent. How about that? Just keep it what it is. Take what you can get it while you can, all right? Just do that. Stop doing dumb. They're going to call it out. Like, you know, it's normal, whatever. So don't be unnormal, okay? Be smart. All right, people. We'll see you tomorrow. Same place, same channel. Make it a great day, whatever you do. Remember, life is worth living. Live it well. Bye-bye, everyone.